state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. That's complete. It's Collins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Oh, right.
On the bootleg, Stroud. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Caught here, right side, no. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Tony.
Our first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
All right. 18. What's that?
And Stroud now to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And they'll accept that penalty.
What's up?
A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
18. What's that?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Here we go. 18. Outside.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
18. Outside.
Stroud. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5.
6-yard pickup.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic cover.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0.
Ravens 0.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 22.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
That ball caught. It's Mike Andrews, the tight end.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he finds a man with a crossing route.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Through the middle of the field.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down.
4 yards brings up 3rd down and 14.
Here we go.
7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
118. What's that?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and do this himself. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They felt they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Here's Stroud. That's over the middle into the hands of Noel.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Noel from 8 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Ravens 7.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
57 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds, down inside the 25.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
First down, Ravens.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. And then you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Luke now for the extra point.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod. You're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Backfield empty here. It's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Harris returning.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice...
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. And this one's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now Stroud.
And that is incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they can still come away with points here in the late going. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Jackson to Bateman there. 1st down, Ravens.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
156 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now it's Jackson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Third and 6.
13.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. The Ravens send their punter out now.
Jalen Knoll deep for Houston.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite the lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on third.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Jackson.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
The 30-yard line.
To throw is Jackson.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
Now a 2nd and 6.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
In motion left, Bateman.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, a touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Stroud. This goes out wide from Mixon.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Here we go.
Stroud working out of the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Stroud to throw it.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Taken in at the 22. Going to be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because
Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Texans 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To Mixon on the check down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. Pressure comes and down he goes. Adafe Owe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 32-yard line.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun again to Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10, and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. The 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This is real simple. When you're in 5 wide receiver formation, you don't have a lot of time to dilly-dally back there. You've got to get the ball out and with some dispatch, because a lot of the aggressive defensive teams in the league, they see 5 wide receiver sets, they're automatically bringing pressure.
And they brought the pressure. He held on to it a little too long. Winds up getting hit as he releases it. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
On the quick, right?
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to have the Texans first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can be big.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
How's it today? 18. Let's go. I got it.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll get this complete to Worthy.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
A 4-receiver set here, 3rd and 5. And Stroud now to throw. Short throw, he's got Kraft.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he would have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
3rd and 5.
All right. Tony.
He ran it last time. Now Stroud will throw it. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
All right. 18. That's it.
Stroud.
Dumps it off to Mixon. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Here's Stroud.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Collins. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
And the Texans
Here we go.
first down.
Caught here, right side, no. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Ready, set. Here we go. Here we go. Huh. Ready.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
All right. 18. What's that?
Now this time he'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
All right. 18. What's that?
4th down, 4th quarter, here's Stroud.
He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done.
104 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
What? All right. Nice shot.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Ravens, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.